Start the show. The Good Life with DG. It's Spicoli. Welcome to the Good Life.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. Good Life. These boys are crazy.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. What?
Welcome to the Good Life Podcast. My name is David Taylor.
Yo, it's Jason Spicoli. What's up?
What's up, man? Hey, I'm gonna let you introduce this dude, man. This is one of the guys you're big about bringing on. I want you to introduce him.
Yeah, this is my man, Shane Thomas Vogel, lead singer of the Impulsive.
I can't undo what you did to me. Too late for words unspoken.
You guys are going to be rocking the stage with Motionless In White in this moment from ashes to new and more Friday at Rockfest. Does it feel real yet?
It does. It doesn't feel real until like the week of, but now we've got merch to sort through. We've got rehearsals, and it's a lot, but we're damn excited, man. We're ready for it.
I bet so. Before you were in a band, you were my producer on my radio show. You mentioned you could sing, and before you know it, I was writing some rotten love songs. You'd sing them on the show. Did you feel in that moment that would help you launch your music career?
I think so, because it was so fast-paced, and, you know, up to that point, I hadn't been pushed like that, and everything that needed to be top quality also needed to be there within, 5 minutes?
Yeah, it was
And
quick.
I really feel like those basic principles, along with the audio production standpoint, it helped me tremendously.
What are these songs? I don't think I've ever heard. Do you remember any of them?
Valentine's Day songs.
Valentine's Day songs, there was a Green Day parody in there. There was quite a few.
Yeah, there was a bunch of time. I would write just a bunch of just like dirty stuff, and Shane was so good because I could write dirty stuff, and Shane could sing it in just like a funny way, and he sounded so good. I have them somewhere in my archive.
I was gonna say, are they online anywhere?
SoundCloud. I think they're on SoundCloud when I put my stuff up there.
If they're on SoundCloud, I'm gonna go find them and I'll put links to them with this so people can
I
hear
think
them.
I've got my old flash drive from the River Days, so I'm sure I've got it somewhere.
There you go.
Shane, why aren't you in radio anymore?
Radio? Psh, I got bills to pay, man.
What does that tell you about radio?
Exactly. So it's like I had a choice to make. I spend like 10 plus years in radio to make it big, or I spend 10 plus years in the music scene to make it big. I didn't make it big in either, so I'm screwed. No,
I don't know which one. I mean, which one do you like more, man? Which one's more of your passion before you started?
Oh,
I guess?
for sure, music. I mean, I only got into radio because I liked music, and I had someone that was going to the Iowa Western for the radio program, so I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll do it. I ended up loving it. It was a great time in my life, and music is my true passion, songwriting and playing live, so I got the big boy job to pay the bills for the band. That's why I left radio, but I definitely missed the River Days, you know?
The Impulsive, you guys have been playing shows all over Omaha for years. Do you remember your first concert, and does it hold a special place in your heart? Like the very first show you played?
Absolutely not. Absolutely yes and absolutely not. Our first show when we first was a band with a different name we're not going to mention, I think it was called The Hole. It was behind the subway in Benson.
What?
You just, random alleyway, you walk down, say, 10 stairs, and there's
What?
a little room, and you just play your damn show. It was awful. It was really bad, maybe 10 people there, which is about 10 more than we expected. And it was bad. We started from the bottom, and now we are definitely here. Let's just say that.
You started in an alley? Am I hearing this right?
Oh,
Did you say the hole?
the hole. Just the hole. It's like 60th and, what is that, Maple?
Yeah.
Right?
That's the waiting room.
Yeah, it's the waiting room block, or like street, and it's right behind that subway. It's not there anymore, thankfully. It's probably just like homeless people, drug deals, I don't know, but it ain't the hole anymore.
Dude, I'm blown away. Like, that's where you played your first show.
First show. And you know what sucks is that was when we first started playing. When we became the Impulsive, I can't say I remember where our first show was. It was either at Shamrocks, which is now called Wired, or possibly Sokol Underground.
Is Sokol Underground
Yeah, is that
still open? Me and Jason.
Is that
were
still
talking about this
around, or
today.
is it just straight up the Admiral now?
From what I've heard, it was straight up the Admiral. The rumors back in the day were that they were going to turn it back into a bowling alley, but that's probably unlogical and not going to happen, but that'd be cool. I'm a big bowler. But
Wait, what? I thought that was a ranch bowl.
No, there was a bowling alley in Sokol Underground.
I thought it was a gymnastics. There was a bowling alley in that?
There was a bowling alley in
Yeah,
there.
that's what I
never
thought.
saw it. Because
How did we
you
not
just
know
You
this?
don't have an OPS education like I do.
I've done multiple concerts in there.
Yeah,
before.
where's the
I had no
bowling
idea.
lanes at?
Who knows? I don't know when they left. I don't know when they were taken out. All I know is I was told that they were there by multiple sources. Can't
Oh
reveal
my
their names.
goodness. Right, we're
That's right.
learning some things. Shane, what was
Right.
your first concert that really got you into music? Do you remember your very first concert?
My very first concert, if you want to go back, was at the Ranch Bowl. That was my only experience at the Ranch Bowl. My very first concert was Noise Wave, of all people. Noise Wave.
Yeah. Hey,
I was-
big in the scene. How old were you?
I found the lunchbox. Don't worry.
okay.
No, I was like, I don't know, say third grade, and my brother took me, or should I say, I probably took him. He was the bad boy, and we went and saw Noise Wave, and I was having a good time. I was up on stage. They were calling me Snake Boots. I had no idea what was going on. I had fun.
For those listening that do not know who Noise Wave is, they are not somebody you're going to see on YouTube, kids. They are not for your
In
kids. to
third
go
grade,
see.
rocking to Noise Wave, and you were on stage. That's such
Oh
a
my
classic Noise
gosh.
Wave move, too, to bring you up on stage, give you a nickname, and just rock out. That's funny.
Oh yeah, I remember there was another DJ there. I can't remember who it was, and there was a girl that was singing, and I'm like going nuts. I take the DJ's hat and I'm like, can I throw your hat? This is awesome. He's like, no, don't throw my hat.
Now, you've had a couple of big breaks. Coming up on Friday, you're sharing the stage with Motionless in White, In This Moment, 10 years at Rockfest. Who called you to come play the show?
Sophia John, she's always the one that puts these things together, and she's awesome. Every time I get a call from her, my heart beats. I'm like, please be good. Please be good. Can you play a show? Let me check my account. Yes, we can play it.
Yeah, so what was your reaction when you were told, like, did she say right away, yo, you're playing Rockfest?
Oh, no, it's usually just the CYA factor, cover your ass. She doesn't tell me any details. Just say, hey, here's the date. It's going to be good if the River's putting it on. Can you play it? Of course we can. So the day before, she'll be like, all right, here's the details. We're announcing tomorrow at 10. And surprise, you're playing with Motionless in White In This Moment. From Ashes to New, 10 years, so many others, It's going to be a great show. So many.
I was going to ask, how long is it, man? So how long do you have to wait from like the time that she asked you to play it to the actual concert?
We played River Riot in 2019, and I feel like she asked us the day before the show was announced. This time it was a couple weeks. So there was that period where we're like, what's it going to be? Oh my gosh.
That's what I was wondering, dude. How crazy is it just to like drive you guys nuts to just start guessing who it could be?
Oh, it drives us insane. It's like, oh, is it going to be crazy? Is it going to be okay? We also had another show lined up for this month as well, but it wasn't like official. So we're like, oh man, we're not going to screw these other people over. But if they'd be cool with it, we owe you. So they were cool with it. We owe them. So yeah, and we made it
Yeah.
work.
So what was it, the Hole then? Is that where you were supposed to play,
Yeah.
back in the Hole in Benson?
The whole, they were offering us a $5 guarantee with a foot-long next door Subway.
Why should people show up early and see you guys rock the mic at Rockfest?
Gates at 12. The tail end told at 1. We go on at 2. I feel like we bring a lot of youthful energy. We're a band that's been around for a while, but I feel like we just started getting our groove on, and we're writing the music we've always wanted to write. We're sounding good live, in my opinion, for the first time ever. These last few years have felt great, and we're having fun doing it, and I think people are going to feel that when they come to the show.
All right, you know what my top song is. It's Chemicals Collide. David's a big dummy sometimes, Shane, and he doesn't trust me. And I was trying to tell him about Chemicals Collide and what happened tonight before we got on with Shane.
Man, listen, I did not give the Impulsive a fair shake. not even because I even never heard you guys really. It wasn't even that fact. It was just like, it's another local rock band, man. And I listened to Chemicals Collide tonight, dude. And I will tell you, that's probably the best rock song I've ever heard come out of Omaha.
In your life? Thank
That is
you.
insane,
Thanks, man.
dude.
No.
Oh my God.
I appreciate it, man. That was the...
And this is my compliment to you on it. It reminds me a mix of my 3 favorite bands, who's Breaking Benjamin, Starset, and Red. It reminds me of a mix of all 3 of them, dude. It's awesome.
Those are 3 damn good bands. Breaking Benjamin is definitely one of our biggest influences, so we definitely appreciate that one.
Shane, you sent me the demo to Chemicals Collide, I think a year ago, and you asked me for my opinion. Was it a year ago or was it 2 years ago?
Oh man, time flies. That song is probably 2 years old at this point. It was mixed and mastered 2 years ago, so that had to have been 3 years ago that I sent you the demo.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's been that long ago. And what I told you was about that song, I like how you start off with the hook right away so it ropes people in. That was a smooth move on your part. I feel like that little part in the beginning and then you get into it, I love it so much.
Oh yeah, there's these little tricks that you don't even think about. You write your own songs. You go so long and you have this image of how you want a song to go, and then we went and worked with the producer for the first time, and we brought him all these demos, and we chose to write Chemicals first, and then he's like, all right, let's try these little things, like right after a chorus there's a little callback to where like the main melody is in the background, but you're not singing it, you know what I mean? It's just a little echo in the background, small stuff like that. Throw in the chorus hook line right in the beginning. Little tricks that just draw people in, and clearly it works. Look at you.
My top 3 songs, Chemicals Collide, Closure, and Rock You Like a Hurricane. Can we expect all 3 this Friday?
You can expect the first 2. We wanted to change it up a bit for this one. So we're not going to play the cover of Hurricane. But, David, if you're a huge fan of Breaking Benjamin, you will be very pleased with our set.
Can I play like a guess 3 game and see if I guess it right?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let's do the categories. Is it a hit or is it not a hit?
Do they have not hits?
Good answer, dude. Good answer,
yes,
dude.
Yes, it's a hit.
You know what I mean. They're all.
It's got to
bangers
be a
me,
hit,
but
David.
Was it on the radio?
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Absolutely, I'm not gonna go out there and play like Forget It against song. One of their hits.
I think it'd be typical to pick Diary of Jane first.
Okay. What are your other 2?
Sooner or Later, or Polyamorous.
Oh, man, all good songs. Can I pick one? I Will Not Bow.
Oh,
that one has been considered. We have played Breath a few times live, but something's just getting in the way of me answering.
What's
this
that?
for you guys?
Oh, okay. I think I picked up on it. Okay, man.
Yeah. Just write it down in your diary that we're playing at 2:00. Okay.
It's ridiculous.
The Diary of Shane. Yeah, the Diary of Shane, if you get my drift.
Yeah, man, that's exciting, dude. I am so hyped to see this cover because I feel like you guys did it your way with Rock You Like a Hurricane, and when you and Jake just mesh on those vocals, it's solid. How did you meet Jake? For those who don't really know the Impulsive yet, and they're just learning and discovering this new band, how did you, the singer, Jake, and Jake, how do you describe him? Like the screamer?
We're both.
Or both singers?
Yeah, we're both lead singers and
okay.
both frontmen, if you want to call it.
Yeah. So you share frontman duties.
Sure.
Okay. How did you guys come to collaborate? How did you guys come together? How did you find each other?
So back in high school, I had a French class with our old drummer, and one of their assignments was to make a project in French. So we covered a cover of Wild Thing in French. Don't ask me how to say it now because I don't remember it. It's as funny as you would think. So years later, after that, I kept practicing guitar for like, say, 2 years. And then I hit up that old drummer. I'm like, hey, you want to do something? So we started it up, and we went and played open mic nights at Pharaoh's Bar and Grill in Bellevue. And randomly we saw Jake, and he was playing a 3 Days Grace cover. And actually, it was either that or Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. And our drummer went up there with him and was just ruining it. And it's because he didn't know the songs. He was just like doing this fast beat, and it wasn't even supposed to be there. And it was a match made in heaven. The 3 of us went on from there.
Are you from Bellevue?
No, Omaha.
I was gonna say, I wonder if does Farrell's just accept everybody? Because David and I used to do comedy shows at Farrell's. Shane was doing music at Farrell's.
No way.
Yeah,
we've never done a comedy show at Farrell's, dude.
I thought we did a comedy show at Farrell's. Are you sure we did? Are you sure?
No, we did it at Fort Crook next door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Fort Crook next door?
Yeah, and we did it at Jammers. That one was smaller than Farrell's.
Okay,
that was the first one we did.
Yeah, we definitely did some comedy shows together. Man, David, he would always on the marquee, he would put his name in big ass bright lights, David Taylor, and then put my name in like small print spaghetti. He would ruin me, man. I would look at that and like, man, there went my ego.
We tell people we did comedy like all the time together, and there's no proof because he wouldn't take a picture standing on the other side of the marquee with me just so we could like have it because his name was too small. I was like, all right, dude, that's
Oh my
fine.
gosh.
Yeah.
Was it on purpose?
No, I didn't even make it.
Yo, you didn't make? I thought you did that on purpose. Dang.
No, dude.
Same story. We played, so many shows out of town, and 3 times out of 10 we'll get there, and it's like Impulsive, the Imp, Impulsive, or like the Impeccables, the Reclusive. It's like, what the hell are you even doing, man?
Not to like bring things back up again, but the one show I put his name in huge letters on, dude, there were so many people that showed up to see him. Like they were like, hey, just let people know there's no more seats left in here. Like people can't come in.
Nice.
And he canceled.
Yeah, sometimes things come up, David.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So Shane, the Impulsive, you're also doing a side project. Tell us about that.
We are doing a side project. I should say, our lead guitarist and I, Adam. We're doing a side project called Dream Aura. You can then Google Translate for
what?
that pronunciation. Dream Aura.
Dream Aura. That's a unique band name.
Oh yeah. So if you're into say alternative rock, alternative pop, Cage the Elephant meets Paramore. That's kind of how I describe it. That's what we're doing, and I'm digging it so far.
Big pop punk influences, I bet, huh?
Oh, I'm a huge pop punk nerd.
Yeah, me too.
Blink-182, Tom DeLonge and Haley Williams. I mean, they should get married. Those are my 2 idols right there, you know what I'm saying?
So you would say if they had a baby, it would be you?
Yes, or it would be mine. Wait. Yeah, no, it would be... Sorry.
Wait.
Sorry, Dave.
Describe your latest single. It's called Hey Now?
Yep, it's called Hey Now, and it's fun. It's just laid back. We're having fun. Adam was looking for a lead singer for his project, and I always jokingly considered myself a female singer because I can get up there. So I had him send me the demos, and I just knew right away it was going to work. I started tracking some vocal melodies, and all 3 songs that he sent me, it was pretty much first melody that came to me just fit so well, so it gelled really easy. So Hey Now is a lot of fun. And it just it's a good icebreaker, good introduction to the band.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're like when you're writing for Dream Aura, it's more pop sense, and then when you're writing for the Impulsive, it's more rock. Do you feel like that kind of keeps the creativity flowing on both sides?
Oh, absolutely. If I had more, I guess say time or money, I would definitely be doing like a pop punk side thing, maybe my own name or something like that. But I spend so much time on the Impulsive that it's kind of hard to. So Adam really drives Dream Aura. I just do the vocals and help him out with stuff that he hasn't ran into before as far as running a band.
I think being able to pull off that pop sound really well translates and resonates so good with harder music, man. Because if you get that catchy hook in there, man, with what you guys do, yeah, it's perfect.
Oh yeah, and I think that definitely makes sense for me. I'm a big pop guy, and in the Impulsive, they're definitely rock songs, but the melodies I create are pretty poppy at times, But
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I see the wink there. He's like, wow.
you listen to say Beartooth, I'd consider them hard rock. They're heavy, and then their chorus is "Come and Crush," and that's a pop punk chorus.
Yeah, Dan Remember does the same thing really well
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah, you can hear it right in the hooks, and I mean, they win people over, and you start singing. You can tell right away which songs are the radio songs too, because people are bobbing their head. They're like, "Oh yeah, this is it. I know this one."
It's because the catchy melody, man.
Do you think the best is yet to come for you? Do you feel like you have a bunch of catchy melodies that you can just spit out? Like, do they come easy for you, or does it really take some clever thinking?
We'll be back after a quick break.
Up in the castle, evil mischief stirs.
Plan number 42. I shall turn myself into a cat and get adopted by the butcher's daughter so I can learn all her secrets. Then, I will use them to make her fall in love with me. What do you think, Wilson?
Hey, check out 1v1 Me DM on all podcast platforms to see more of Dracula's perfect plans at finding true love.
Melodies usually come easy for me. Lyrics I like to spend a lot of time on. I feel like if I'm spending too much time on a melody, it wasn't really meant to be. But I have probably thousands of ideas in my phone, at least a day. Every other day I have this melody come to me, so I put a little nice little recording in my phone. And thank God no one has access to my phone because they're probably horrible. But I sift through them. And I sit on them for a week or two, and if I like them and I think they're great, I'll probably record them into my computer. If not, they'll just sit there forever until something comes back to it.
Do you ever just like have like the best melody pop in your head when you're like out in a crowd and just do it in front of people?
Oh yeah, I try to hide it from my wife. I'll be in like the bathroom like, chemicals collide. Oh, and she walks around the corner and I'm just embarrassed, but I shouldn't be, but I am. If we're sleeping, I'm like trying to be quiet. I'm just like whistling into my phone. It's anytime.
Awesome.
It's anytime.
Yeah, so how does that work? Like, okay, so you're married and you're a musician and you always have these ideas popping up in my head. Now, I'm a radio guy and I'm always doing the same thing. I've like, oh, I want to try this on the radio, and I get anxious. I get anxious if I don't write it down like in my phone or because I don't want to lose the idea. And if I don't have my phone near me or if I don't have a pen, I'm like, Emily, write this down, text this to me. And she's like, oh, darn. I'm like, hey, this is money right here. This is good stuff. This needs to be on the radio. Are you the same way?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If I have an idea, I have to see it come to it's true. Like, I have to see it through. If I start to record something, I can't just record a riff on my computer and move on, like, and go do something else. It's almost impossible. No, I want to get the riff on there. I want to get the drums. I want to get the bass. I want to get the vocals and maybe some synth, and at least write a verse chorus and see how it flows. Because if I don't do that, it's going to be on my mind for like ever until I get it done.
I feel that. So this coming Friday, when you're backstage at Rockfest, are you going to be handing out like your CDs? Do people even do that anymore? Are you going to try to like, get in touch with Chris, Motionless In White, the lead singer, maybe pop him a CD or something?
Man, I don't know. Everyone's different. For me, it's a weird thing. I'm not just going to go up to somebody like, hey, here's my band. I hope you like it. I mean, they probably get that all the time, every show. I remember we went and seen All That Remains, and I handed them an old demo, and I wish I didn't because the demo was awful, just awful. But it felt wrong to me. It was like you're basically using that person at that point. I have no relation to you. I have nothing to talk about. I'm trying to, benefit myself here. It just didn't feel real. So I don't know if I'm like that,
Yeah, man. So like speaking of Chris from Motionless, they're from I think the same city as Breaking Benjamin. So I'm assuming that you're a huge Motionless In White fan as well.
You know what? I am. I didn't know they were from the same city, but it makes sense. They both have that. I don't know if it's just like the DNA of their city, but the style is very similar, and that's I think it's what draws me to Motionless In White. I think the first song that I heard from them that really impressed me was Another Life. That I was singing along with that on the radio, and I just felt really good singing it. So I'm like, all right, what key is this song in? So I went home, found the key, and that's actually the day I wrote Chemicals. I just like, all right, this is the key. I'm vibing with it. Chemicals Collide, that chorus just kind of flowed naturally. And then we took it to our producer, Chris Dawson, and that was the first song we did. And he, recommended a few changes. So, all right, we lowered the key down to the lowest tuning we did at the time, and kind of changed a little bit of the phrasing in the chorus, tried a new verse, and that turned into the song that you hear right now, Chemicals Collide. And it's ideas like that, they come out of nowhere, and you never know where it's going to lead.
So what's the plan with new music? Are you've dropped a couple singles now? Are you guys going to put out an album, or are you just going to do singles?
It's going to be singles for now. It just makes more sense to do one song at a time instead of, drop all this money on an EP but only kind of push a single and the rest of the songs just kind of there. So I think a lot of bands are doing it that way too, where it's just pushing a single every couple of months. We have nothing recorded at the moment, but there's definitely ideas there. We got to get into the studio and get them rolling. But the demos I've got, I feel stronger than I've ever felt about. So I'm really going into it. The demos are better than they've ever been. So that being a sign, I'm excited for what's going to come out soon.
Any plans to be doing another video with Kenny?
Kenny? Hey, the door's always open. Kenny's amazing, man. Like, this guy, he's legally blind, yet he produces these amazing music videos. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't let anything stop him. He's blind and still makes videos. It's mind-blowing.
And what song did you do with Kenny? He shot a video in
Fallen Angels back in 2019. Yes.
Little teaser about Kenny, and he's probably gonna kill me for saying this because he actually texted me and he was like, "When's Shane's coming out?" And I was like, "We might have it out later tonight. We'll see, man." But he was actually talking and thinking about doing a podcast. So I think about like him being blind and how he gets to do stuff.
Yeah, he's an innovative person. He's got a lot of ideas. Back when we were doing that music video, I know he was talking about doing a whole, I think it was a documentary about, man, I wish I remembered it. There wasn't 311. It was something to do with like the whole music scene in Omaha, and it was just a really cool idea. And maybe he's still working on it. I just know that dude's got plenty of ideas, and he's got the motivation.
Yeah, Kenny's a real deal, and anybody looking for, like, somebody to shoot videos, edit, produce, he did it for us on the Good Life podcast with DT and Spicoli, and he did a really killer job, and it was fun to see him, and he's been in the scene a long time, and he knows pretty much anybody and everybody, and I love his attitude and spirit, and it just motivates you to want to work harder, because this dude is legally blind, and he's still doing it. He's still producing and kicking ass. Shane, let me ask you this. How can people find your music if they're just discovering the Impulsive? How can people find you, track you down?
I always recommend starting with YouTube. YouTube.com/TheImpulsiveBand is where you can find us. Or you can always go to our website, theimpulsiveofficial.com, and that'll kind of route you to all our social media. Everything else like Facebook, Instagram, I think TikTok is all The Impulsive Official. Pretty easy to find, but I always like starting with YouTube. You can see the music videos, lyric videos. I feel like that's really where you can see the branding come into play.
And you got a new logo, right?
We do. We definitely got a new logo, and I'm glad we did. We were working with a graphic designer, and his name is Ryan Barrier, and he was working on our graphic design for Closure. We sent him the music video and everything. Everything was already done, and he's like, guys, I know there's a lot of history. You gotta change the logo.
What was wrong with the logo? What did it look like beforehand?
That's what I thought. I was like, what's wrong with it, man? So I went back to everybody like, do you guys really think we need to change this? They're like, some were like, yeah. Some were like, no. All right, Ryan. Let's see what you got. So I think Jason Handy is the guy he works with, and he made us the new logo. And right away, first draft. All right, you made the right call, Ryan. Thank you. This logo's awesome. So we upped everything. We rebranded everything, and it was.
In the logo now, describe what it is.
It's our name, The Impulsive, with a heartbeat through it. The Impulsive, get it? A pulse.
Oh, pulse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that
smart?
It's because we put our heart into the music, man.
Now we get it.
That's right.
Now we get it.
You'll never forget it.
Sometimes when chemicals collide and you have some closure, it all flows well.
That's right. And, Jesus. It's almost like a fairy tale ending, you know what I'm saying? You guys won't get
all right.
that one. It's another
Rockfest. Rockfest, baby.
Get to it.
I'm so hyped for you and Rockfest, and so proud of how far you've come. When you guys huddle up before you hit the stage, what are you going to tell your bandmates, dude?
Well, 3 of us have been in a show like this before, River Riot. We know what to expect. We know how awesome of an opportunity of it. We got some new blood in there. Our drummer Nick and our lead guitarist Adam. It's their first time playing River Riot or Rockfest or any show, I think, of this caliber. So we're just going to get in a huddle and say, you guys, this is why we do it. Look out there. You see that amount of people. Bands like us don't get to play that yet. It's just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity until we really start pushing this band full-time. So we got to take advantage of it and just soak in the opportunity.
Yeah, man, you do it right. You guys are working hard. You're writing great songs. I'm so glad that Sophia gave you the opportunity to do it again, because when I saw you in 2019, I had like a tear in my eye. I was like, no way, man. You've come a long way from starting, just a kid who loved music, to starting your own band, to being my producer on the radio. And then Sophia was like, what do you think of The Impulsive? And my eyes got really big. She would always tell us like, yo, this is who I'm thinking about. What do you think? And I'm like, I like where your headspace is at. And she would make the call, and then I would, write voice and produce the concert commercial for it. And I wanted to make sure you guys always, put some extra oomph into The Impulsive, and it always felt good. It felt right. And I know that, my heart was always in the right place, because you guys worked hard, and you deserve like your name on the radio for what you do. And I really hope people show up early and check you out, because you guys will win them over hands down. Just like David, they will win you over, David.
We're coming for you.
Thank you, Shane Thomas Vogel, lead singer of The Impulsive. We're rooting for you, man. We can't wait to see you on Friday at Rockfest. You've come a long way. I know you're just warming up, and congratulations on the side project as well. Looking forward to all the new music that'll be coming from both projects.
Hey, I appreciate it very much, and seriously, man, thank you for having me as your producer those years ago. I definitely learned a lot, and I credit you for upping my game. I really do cherish those moments, man. I appreciate you a lot.
Until the midnight hour, all the way, tied